Hey everybody, this is Module 1, Naming Conventions. Welcome to the first module of the course. I'm really excited to start sharing this with you. Now, this is the boring stuff that I was talking about in the intro, so of course, I don't expect you to skip it, because naming conventions and adhering to a proper naming convention means your naming in your reports and everything else makes a lot of sense. If you don't have proper naming conventions, you're going to be struggling really hard with this course. And you're going to be struggling really hard with your advertising. I've been in many accounts, and I've been in many circumstances where naming conventions aren't adhered to, and the naming conventions therefore lack, and they suck. And if they suck, there's no way to track proper ad performance. Now, I'm going to get into a couple different ideas. This is by no means comprehensive, and it's not something that you have to adhere to as far as my naming conventions. But you do need to adhere to a consistent naming schema for your own ads. So we're going to get into what all that means. Let's dive in. Naming conventions are so important because what gets measured gets improved. If we can't measure an ad, or we can't measure a campaign or an ad set or anything like that, we can't improve it. So what does it mean to have proper naming conventions? Well, everything, literally everything is in the name. Everything that you do in advertising requires you to input some sort of a dynamic name into that. And a lot of advertisers will struggle with naming conventions because there's really no set standard for it. You create whatever you want. So I'm going to give you a couple ideas and examples of what you can do for your naming convention, so it's a lot easier for you to actually use them. First off, we want to establish one early on. Before you start anything, before you talk to anybody, or rather, before you start any ads, talk to your team and develop that internal naming convention so that everybody at the company or at your whatever you're working on, wherever you're working, everybody's on the same page. Once you've established your naming convention internally, it can always be modified. So it's never set in stone. But I do need to stress, you want to establish a consistent naming convention. So if there's going to be new variables you're going to be including at the end, make sure you include them at the end of the name so that you can grab them and still use them. I'm going to show you a couple of cool tricks that you don't have to adhere to some sort of a linear naming convention where it has to be in a certain order. It could be in any order you'd like as long as the tag of the name is there. We're going to talk about what that means. But we want to make sure that you've established a naming convention early on. We want consistency and descriptive naming conventions. Things that are not like ad 1, ad 2, ad 3, because that will get messy over time. We're not going to know what that actually means, and we're not going to be able to track and trend variables as a result. I'm going to talk about trending variables, and it's going to be a really fun section. That's going to be later on in another module. But in this one, we're going to be talking about establishing a data field inside of the names. What does that mean? Now, inside of every single naming convention, there's going to be a variable, or what I call a tag, very similar to how Infusionsoft or ActiveCampaign uses tags, but in this case, we're using the naming convention to actually include that tag inside of it. So every time we look at a particular ad or creative or something like that, that tag exists and we know what that tag is. It's descriptive enough so that we know exactly what is in there. We can identify what that thing is. For example, if I have the tag, yellow in one of my ads, then I know it's yellow. Or I can have, in the campaign level, I can have that it's a broad campaign or it's a prospecting campaign, things like that. We're going to get into examples, but first off, just understand that all their data, everything in the data is locked in your names. If we don't adhere to proper naming conventions, which I see quite often, we're never going to be able to scale, and we're never going to be able to understand what that data is actually trying to tell us. And the trends inside of those names can be therefore extrapolated inside of the naming convention. Well, if we don't have proper naming, then we don't have proper trend. If we don't have proper trend, we can't scale. So again, this comes back to the very basic. This is a fundamental understanding of how to track a variable within a campaign, an ad set, an ad, or in Google, within a campaign, an ad group, and an ad level. It does not matter what platform we're in. We want to adhere to proper naming convention. Now, a lot of you seasoned advertisers are like, yeah, I've already adhered to proper naming conventions, but I bet you still haven't adhered to the proper, you haven't been able to actually trend these naming conventions because a lot of it's just copy and paste. And I'm going to show you what that means in a little bit. So people who have already have established naming conventions Sure, you might have them, but they might not be descriptive enough, or they may not be. There might not be enough actual in the name for you to identify what's going on. They're useless information, in other words. We want useful snippets of information inside the naming convention that's consistent across all campaigns. So we don't want to have something like tofu, mofu, and bofu. We want to have things that are actually like realistically. We're going to talk about later what other advertisers will talk about middle of the funnel, top of the funnel, whatever. I don't really do that because that's not how you get scale. I've never been able to get scale when I'm using these weird, food things that are in my ads. I don't do food things in my ads. I don't have tofu when I advertise. Why? Because I'm not running soybean products. I'm running advertisements for mostly direct response programs. In any case, we don't want to adhere to any of the nonsense. What I'm going to be showing you here is all things that are very strategic and how we can include names that help us track variables.